Brilliance Audio presents The Start of Something Good by Jennifer Probst, performed by Sebastian York and Madeline Mabey. His feet knew the road ahead like a long-lost memory, but this time Ethan Bishop had to pause halfway to rest. The nagging ache throbbed behind his knee like a deeply ingrained splinter, slowly trying to drive him mad, but he packaged the pain into a box and shoved it down deep, along with the hot flare of shame. He was the lucky one. The mantra had been repeated regularly for the last 62 days, yet still felt like words recited in a play to someone he was pretending to be. No matter. Eventually, he may believe them. He shifted his weight and stared at the sprawling blue and white farmhouse hidden behind the storybook white fence and framed by the majestic Shawangunk Mountains. His heart stopped, stuttered, then began beating again. Gardiner may be a small town in upstate New York, but its beauty and quirky charm made it a favorite for visitors. He'd forgotten how long he'd been away from home. A rush of memories washed over him like a tide of warm water, reminding him of that laughing, free-spirited young kid tearing his way around the farm with big dreams that his small upstate town could never hold. After years of hard work and chasing those elusive ambitions, he thought he'd finally succeeded. He'd been so wrong. Gritting his teeth, he resumed walking, taking in the extensive updates with approval. His sisters had invested a large chunk of money to not only renovate the actual house, but also freshen up the visual curb appeal of the bed and breakfast. The new Robin's Nest B&B sign welcomed visitors from the gate in blinding white and robin's egg blue, matching the shutters and bold blue door. As he approached the wraparound porch, he noticed the creative touches Ophelia must have spearheaded, the clay pots of colored mums, the tea cart filled with pitchers of sweet tea and sugar cookies, the wind chimes tinkling in the soft summer breeze. The rockers and footstools were charmingly mismatched in various wicker, and large coffee table books with glossy pictures were casually thrown about. Yes, they'd finally claimed their heritage, just as he'd run from it. Mom would have been proud. The familiar bark rose to his ears, and he turned in astonishment, dropping his bag. The black lab tore across the lawn, ears pinned back, mouth turned up in a joyous doggy grin, and barreled into his arms. "Wheezy!" The dog stuck a wet nose in his crotch, and a laugh exploded in the air. It took him a while to realize it had come from him, the sound rusty from disuse. Ethan ran his fingers over now whitish fur that wriggled in delight, the dog's belly rounded with the extra weight of middle age. "I missed you, boy. God, how old are you now, buddy? 14, 15? 16, and in better shape than all of us. Welcome home, Ethan." He craned his neck around. Ophelia stood on the porch, her lips curved in a soft smile. She was dressed in an ankle-length floral skirt, sandals, and a yellow gauzy tank top showing off her willowy form. Her strawberry blonde hair was pulled back from her face in a ponytail. She'd always reminded him of a fairy, with her pointed chin, two large eyes, and petite build. Of course, his sister had an inner strength and thirst for life like no other he'd ever known, hidden beneath a Tinkerbell surface. Once he'd imagined she'd be bigger than the singer Adele, with her giant voice that mesmerized anyone in her vicinity, but it seemed she'd decided to settle for running the family bed and breakfast.